Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah,
Ay,
we on your
look, top floor, lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Play too high, ain't coming down, you see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show them run the numbers up. Lucky that I'm showing up, I'm going up.
Alrighty guys, welcome back to Love Day Motorsports. We've been very inactive since finishing the R31, getting that back on the road and driving. If you haven't seen that, go run up those videos, check them out. There's a POV drive and stuff like that, and I'll show you what it's like to make fuck all power after putting all that effort in. So anyway, moving on. I know some of you guys have been really waiting for the VL content, and it is here. So hopefully you guys are keen for it, because I'm so grateful to be jumping into it and getting shit done. So it is really good, pushing for shit to get finished. On that note, this video we're touching base on kind of what we have been doing while we have been inactive. We've been very busy, just doing a lot of little things, just teeing small things up, organizing. Yeah, you know what it's like, guys. There's a lot of things to do. A lot of plans change consistently, so just stay tuned for more content. There is a lot coming, and yeah, I just want to let you know what's happening on the Love Day channel. And thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully you enjoy the video. Touching base, actually, almost forgot, we have a very special thing that is now finished. The Power Glide is now back with the RB bell housing on it. We have since gone out and got an 8-inch torque converter. So that's exciting, because the converter is now getting made and built to suit what we've got. And yeah, it should be sick. So the Power Glide looks wicked. That's all ready to go. So ordering trans mounts for that glide and a few other things. So stay tuned, keep watching, and yeah, thank you guys. All right, a bit of an update. What's been happening on the old VL? We have now undercoated the whole side of the vehicle. Also removed the fuel tank as well. It actually looks really good considering I've used cans, and obviously my prep wasn't up to date, I guess, as most shops that would do this, but I scuffed it back, cleaned it, got rid of a lot of the rubber that was in these guards, as you can tell. I don't know what the hell that was from. So yeah, we we ended up undercoating the whole thing, all the inner arches. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. So now this is done, we can look at getting that fuel tank cleaned, painted, and we can put her back in there.
top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah.
This now, we'll get rid of the passenger seat, put it in storage. Excuse the shed, my lights fucking stopped working. So we're gonna put these in storage for a little while. We're gonna pull, so I'll give you a quick rundown on what's going on. This whole interior is coming out up to like here. We pull all that soft underlay, pull all of that out, dash out, steering wheel, full center console and everything, because when we are doing the bay, which is kind of what's happening next, we're going to be plugging heater hose, there's aircon behind there as well, and a few other little bits and pieces which we got to weld up and patch before we paint it, because we are not going to be running aircon in this car, nor a heater. Probably should run a heater for, you know, like defrost and stuff, but whatever. That's an issue for when I deal with that. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening. Pull all this out. I'm going to have to learn how to do it because I've got no fucking idea. Pull all that out, shifter off, everything, and then we'll underlay, rip out all the underlay, add sound deadening. And yeah, hopefully it goes to plan. So obviously I didn't anticipate having to pull my whole interior out kind of to do the bay, but we're going bigger and better every time we touch this car. So it's a learning curve for all of us, especially myself, but I got good people around me, so it should be easy. Not easy, but I should get there eventually. It's taking a little bit longer, but guys, it's all happening. Slow and steady wins a race. The diff's got to go in very soon. Painted the whole underside of the car, so shit is happening. Yeah, obviously the Skyline got the love before this did because both cars weren't running. I need a cruiser. If anyone wants to buy that, the Skyline, let me know. It might still be up for sale when I post this. But anyway, let's do it. Pull this shit out and we'll update you. Oh no. Oh, I just ripped my boot. That sucks. Rare spares you probably have one though, I dare say. Those blokes have bloody everything. There you go, 2 of them. That's something to read about, I guess. So that's cool. Each side. Tell me if that's a common thing or if it's a bit of a Easter egg, or you know what I mean? Like, is that usual? Is that unusual? Because a lot of the time I know they're in the passenger side, but 2 of them, it's pretty cool. I reckon I showed you last when I had full interior. Since then it's changed a little bit. I'll just show you what's going on here. Wow. Wouldn't believe it. The dash, the aircon, the heater. The only real thing is steering column, pedal box, like shifter, which we have to take out anyway, and then just loom at this stage. So while we're doing this, all the dash shit is in the back. All that crap for aircon and heater and all that is there. So while we're doing this, one, I don't want to set my car on fire when we're welding the bay. That's the main reason, otherwise I probably would have left a lot of it in there. But so we are going to weld up the factory heater core hole. Also do the aircon hole, which is back there, and we'll do a couple of little other little holes in the firewall, just because I want to smooth it. And while we're doing it, we might as well cover that and also that. You can't see that one at the moment, but when you can see it, it's just a hole and it looks shit. So what we're going to do, everything out of this bay is going to come out. I mean everything. Well, depending on the fuse box scenario, I don't know if there's any plugs to disconnect them or they just kind of hang. So yeah, it's all happening. Give you a quick look around on condition of everything. A little bit rusty, surface rusty, rails look like they've been shot. Brake lines are stock positioned at the moment. The master's got to come out, and then obviously just take the loom, like I said, fuck it all off, and then we can look at sanding it back and then welding. So we have the Lowe's kit here, which is going to come in handy. It's going to make our life a fuck ton easier because one, we got this side panel, that side panel. So we cut it out, and we got the chassis rail, like the boxes, so we can box the chassis rails in. We also got the plugs for that, and all the other little holes in this engine bay, which is good. So obviously I'm a bit out of my reach at the moment. Fuck, this is worrying me a little bit, but I got good people around me that can help me. So yeah, moving forward, the chaos begins. This car is getting less and less of a car every single time I look at it, every time I touch it, but it'll be worth it because once we're done, once and when is the question, it will be at like a respectable level and a kind of higher standard than what I'm used to building, I guess. For example, the white car should be yin and yang, like it should be total different builds. This car's get in drive, who really cares what it looks like? This car, the exterior will still be like original, still be faded and a little bit fucking average, the best of times, but the engine bay, as soon as you open it, you'll be like, wow, someone has taken the time and cared and effort. Just put that little bit more of effort, even though it's a fuck ton, a lot more of effort. I'm going to try to do it all myself. Well, not all myself, with the help around me, but I'm going to try do it myself without just paying someone, because I don't have the funds to justify doing that. So I'm going to just stop it there. I wanted to get that out in this video, this episode. This time we're at the shed. I just wanted to get the dash out and do some engine bay shit. So we'll continue on doing that, but I might call it for tonight. I can't be bothered. It's late. I want to go home, and it's like 35 degrees, so let's do it.
The next day.
All right, so we have the passenger side VL seat in the old Falcon. Take that to work. We're gonna get some stitching fixed on it, just because the front stitching, I'll show you, on like the seam, it's coming undone. So we'll get that fixed. We'll go take that to work, and we can get that sorted. At least then we can store both of the seats in good condition, and we're not gonna have to worry about doing it later. So let's jump straight into it. Alrighty, let's strip this bay. We got wiring to take out. We got boosters to take out. I just want to strip this whole bay and start getting into it. Let's do it, guys. Alright, so that loom has been pulled through now. All the driver's side wiring is in. I just need to figure out what's going on with this side with the fuse box. Obviously, that's the engine loom, which runs into the Firewall and then plugs into your ECU. And then this is all your main relays and fuses and whatnot. So I have seen people undo them and tip them over and just secure them like that while painting them. So I guess that's probably what I'll end up doing, unless I can get someone that can jump on board that wants to do me a solid and move that box inside. But I don't know how well that's going to go. So if you know anyone, let me know that would want to do a cashy, that could come and put that fuse box inside. But I'm going to have a quick look at what it kind of involves. Let's have a look, because if I can do that, it will neaten up this bay so much. So obviously the wiring and stuff that comes through this side, it's going to come up here and then tuck down. There's a few fuses and stuff, well, relays, sorry. A few relays that sit in here. I've circled them like a spastic. And then, yeah, that's kind of like the wiring side that will be through here. And like, because the battery will be in the boot. It's a whole thing. It's seriously a whole thing. So there's a lot of thought to go into this process now. That's why it's taken me so long to kind of not get the courage, but just prepare myself, make sure I know what I want to achieve before jumping into it, rather than just pulling everything apart and sending it for 6, which is what we're doing, obviously. But I want to put a little bit more thought into it and just kind of see what other people have done. So exciting times are coming. It's very, very... it's nerve-wracking, obviously, but whatever, it is what it is. You got to keep putting yourself out of that comfort zone. Like, I could just continue to swap motors into different cars all day. Like, you know what I mean? Like RB30s into different cars, Skyline to the VL to the Skyline. I could do that multiple times, and I have. But I want to keep learning. I want to keep developing my skill set. And then so maybe one day I could offer that to you guys, or, you know, help a friend out, or just anything, just to have the knowledge to be able to go, yeah, I've done that. So let's have a look at this fuse panel and see how it goes. How cool is this? All right. I'm unwrapping these, the low like engine bay smoothing kit. Chubb's Garage. There's a little present in here for me. How good's that? That's sick. It's the little things in life, hey? Oh, guys, I'm fucking stoked to get this. Like, to where the car is now, makes me obviously appreciate the time and effort that goes into doing this shit. So stoked to be giving it a red hot crack myself. That's why the Lowe's kit comes in handy. One, we got the chassis mount boxes. So we got the chassis mount, which boxes the rail, and then we've also got the front tubs, which fuck this off, and then we can replace that whole section. Then looking at that big fucker, and then that one there. So it's all happening. Let's unbox this Lowe's kit. Let's have this jumper shut too. Good flavour too.
The next day.
So we got a few little things we just got to tidy up. It's going to stitch that. We're going to stitch that closer, and then repair the stitching through here. And then the old seat will be in good nick still. So there's also a little crack. He's going to replace that panel for me too. So stoked on that. At least both of the seats will be in good nick, good condition. And if I have any other issues, I can go back and just get this part replaced, and we can go from there. At least it is done. I can put it in the shed in storage, and when it's time to go back in, they'll be minter. So very good. Got the bottom half of the inlet manifold is going to go get sandblasted, well, hydroblasted. In the old Skyline, the BA is getting some engine mounts done. So in the meantime, I'm driving this bucket. As it dies. You're joking. It's like a newborn baby. We just got it back, so we just got the bottom half back from down in Paraka, I'm pretty sure it is. 2-day turnaround, fucking happy days. We've now put the Rajab Racing top half on. Look at the colour difference. You can't even tell. That's immaculate. I've got to fuck this off. There's a few things I've got to tidy up on this, but we're slowly getting things, piecing it together. It's all happening. So this can now sit back on the shelf until we're ready to put some injectors and shit on it. And then, yeah. Look, I've got to go bigger injectors. We've got thousands. We're going to go to like 1650s or 1700s. So depending on when we get those is kind of depending on when this goes together. It's kind of heavy, not gonna lie. But at least this is a known common thing. We've got a few vac holes in the back there, so it is neat and tidy. We hide a lot of things, so I'm fucking stoked with that. Let's put it on the back shelf and deal with it later. Well, ignore the dirty old sway bar end links, but we got some beautiful white line upper arms. Like I showed you before, the underside is now black, and that is also black, ready to go in. It's all happening. I haven't worked on this thing in a little bit, and now I'm razzed to put the diff in. Let's go. We have decided I'm just going to run no rib brakes. I'll go that way. Yes, oh, wash your hand. Huh? Wash your hand. Alright, stop there. Alright, I'm going to put this top. Oh, fuck. What? It's going to be a huge flavour. What? See that fucking...
No, not top arm, bottom arms first.
Do the bottoms first?
And then secondly, you didn't tighten bolts on the inner of the top arms? I tightened those bolts.
Top ones?
Yeah.
Tight.
Loosen them off a touch.
Why?
Because you don't want them tight.
Why?
You tighten them once you get the car on the ground and you jack it back to the top.
Yeah, no, they're not like they're nicked.
Oh, it's not going to rip. Yeah, so they're not going to rip the bush out?
No, they've had lube on it too.
Okay.
Couple of lubes.
Yeah, let's put bottom in.
After you.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah.
Hey, look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Way too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show them run the numbers up. Lucky that I'm showing up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah, numbers.
Oh, dude, I didn't paint that under that bottom arm, but it's got to come off anyway because we're bracing it. So just ignore that for a minute. No, inside?
Yeah, same as the arm.
Well, there you go.
For sure. You've got the jack out now.
Not yet. Yes, dude. Look at that.
Have the jack out.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, that's like, you know, a positive now. At least it looks like way more complete.
Well, you wouldn't believe it. We forgot to put the springs in. Coilovers.
Doesn't matter. You should be able to get the springs instead of the chocks.
Because it's so fucking chopped.
Oh, they're pretty fucking chopped, man.
Be super honest here and up front. The old VL has been neglected a little bit. We haven't spent enough time on it in the last couple of weeks, probably the last month. Since we're just pulling more shit apart, like it has to go backwards to go forward. We just put the diff in. We've moved our attention more to the engine bay now. I really want to get this car in a rolling state because ideally we'll probably take the car to work to do a lot of the smoothing. I'm going to give it a shot myself, but eventually I dare say it will go into the booth. So saying that, we just want to start getting everything kind of back together in the car. Start doing those loose ends, for example, like that inlet manifold. We're going to start doing timing belts, water pumps, start bolting everything to the motor. We also got to look at getting a high mount manifold for it because that's one thing I'm missing to really like complete the motor. We got a turbo, we got inlet. we need a manifold, but I used it for the Skyline. So it's kind of a good cause, but it's all happening. I promise it will get there slow and surely. You might be a little bit chop and start, but I just want to take you guys along for what's going on because it is exciting. It's fucking expensive, but we'll get there. So I just want to touch base with you guys and let you know what's going on. So see you in the next one. The old twist till it falls off trick. So just heads up for you guys, there are spot welds along this seam here, which I probably should have guessed, but I didn't know that there would have been 3 of them. Anyway, it's out apparently. Fucking hell. And that calls it. There you go. Smooth bay is done. Now put the motor in and turn her on. I wish. These kits, look, I like the template. The shape is there. They have little notches for the rail there. But in my head, I was like, yep, no worries. They're just going to go slip straight in. But it's bodywork. You can't expect every car to be, perfectly the same. So I guess when doing this is just a template. Obviously, we're going to have to trim this section here and tuck it nice up close on the rail here while taking just small cuts off this side, pushing it, moulding it, and trying to get that smooth bay look and finish. Obviously, this takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So, moving forward, that's how they look. This is what's happening. You lose that. I'm going to take this out. I'm probably going to take those brake lines out as well because I'm going to do some custom ones while we're here because I did mention that either in last video or earlier that I was going to do that. So let's pull that bracket off and then we can look at removing things we don't need in the bay. And that's kind of all she wrote. So we've taken out the front brake lines on both sides, just because we probably will remake them, run them a little bit nicer. We kept the rear in and the fuel lines for the moment because I'm not ready to commit to making a whole front to back brake system as of yet. It's always easy enough to take it out after, but it's a lot harder to put it back in. So when we're doing the bay, we'll mask them up out of the way and they can kind of stay that way. The rear, I was thinking we could potentially try straighten that up and follow the angle of these new ones we're going to try and make just to try tidy it up a little bit. Obviously, perfect angled from the master down into the body around the front. will look killer, and then if that one looks shit, it will shit me. So we'll just leave it for the moment. I'm not fucking touching it. But yeah, guys, I've stripped a lot of things in the bay. Bonnet latch, just a lot of little things. Like there's like a speedo drive that runs down into there, and it looks a lot emptier now. Obviously that fuse box is still there. I need to tee something up with somebody to come relocate that inside the car. Apparently it's easy enough to do. So I've been looking at that. It's easy enough to do. You just gotta, it's taped up at the moment, but you gotta pull all the fuses out and individually feed them back through that whole process. And it's hard to make it look neat while it's in the car, but because there's not much going back in this thing, we shouldn't really have an issue. But before we go securing a spot for the fuse box, we need all the dash to go back in. And that's not happening anytime soon. So even if we do end up putting this in there, we can just leave it there in its box and we could probably get away with it. So that's kind of it for tonight. It's late. I'm going home. I got things to do. I got a lot of research to do about this whole engine bay side of things. I'm going to go borrow a trolley from somewhere. Ignore my light. My light's broken. But Unimig, 165, one of their Viper series, whatever they are. It was like $800 with helmet, wire. Got some gas at some stage today, which is good. Old crap gone and stoked. Let's jump into it. Wowee. Look at that. So as you guys would have remembered, there was a little split through here. He's since gone and replaced that whole panel. And also on the front here, there was I don't know what you'd call it. It was like a wear through mark, and he's since replaced that as well. And wow, dude. Oh, I'm stoked at that. So that's getting put in storage. Like we said, we've now done that the CK way. So make sure you guys hit it up. Make sure you run it up. Go like us on Facebook. We got a YouTube channel as well, which we are now currently editing. So make sure you go have a look at that as well. So let's see what's going on. So the welder is officially set up. This is the first welder I've ever owned. Unimig 165, and I've done a little bit of playing around just to make sure it works. So this is really good. Click a button and you choose your wire size. You tell them what material you are you're welding, and it kind of like works out the volts and the amperages and whatnot. You set your gas, obviously, and make sure that's off. And then yeah, like it pretty well. Why is it not focusing? It pretty well determines a setting for you, which is good. So that is out of the way. One issue gone. We got gas. That works. Next thing. So looking at this, and I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable if I pull these lights out. And maybe I think I've got to pull the bottom molds out to pull the lights out, but it doesn't really matter anyway. I want to replace the lights. So might kill two birds with one stone, and I reckon I'll pull it out. There you go. Headlights are now out. We've just marked out our first little trim of this plate for the passenger side. As you can see through there, it's where it's been hitting. So it has to be trimmed a fair amount. I'm just going to take a small corner off it to see if that gives us that movement and that kind of shape we need. If not, we'll just keep going until we're kind of happy and it sits in there. So I'm going to mess around with that a little bit, and let's see how it goes. I'll keep you updated. Next cut. This one got us a little bit closer to where we needed to be. Now we can get the alignment that we want. I'm going to cut it north of this line a little bit. Give me a little extra playing room, and yeah, I'll update you how that fits afterwards. First time still did not fit nicely, so I'm going to take more off and go from there. Considering the little amount I've done, I've used like 2 cutting discs, half a grinding disc, and we're kind of at a point where now I think the next step, we're at a point now where it fits well enough that it looks visually okay. Like, I'm sure there's still a little bit of trimming around the edges and stuff to do, but to really get an idea of how it's going to fit, I'm covered in shit. Sorry, guys. Anyway, you'll be the same if you end up going down this route. So don't be scared of getting dirty if you want to do this shit. So next thing, I have to kind of cut the body to sit it in place to get an idea of how it actually fits. So doing that, it's a big step. I don't really want to fuck it up because, one, I've got a lot of people around me that can help me. I don't want to just like jump into it with a grinder and a cutting disc and hope for the best. So Friday, it's in 2 days, we're going to attack this again. I've got to a point where I think I've given it a red hot crack myself. Stripped the whole bay, obviously prepped everything to be cut, welded, get them fitting nicely because they don't really fit that well like when you buy them. They're from like VS. I think it's VN to VS. Is that what it is? Maybe I've bought the wrong ones. Anyway, fuck, surely not. Hold on. Scratch that. It's VB to VS. So the VL fits in that. So a lot of Commodores fit in that. So it's just like this Lowe's kit isn't to suit, like it doesn't suit what... So I probably wouldn't have bought this kit if I knew it wasn't like a bolt in and like kind of off you go, because it's not. There's a lot of fab. It says minor modifications on the website, but that's probably not true. But we'll show you more on Friday when it happens, and then we can probably post this video. So let's do it. So we are back in the garage now. So moving forward, I've spoken to the man, the myth, the legend, CKP, Chris Carter. He's coming tomorrow. So I have a list of shit I need to do before he comes down because I want to use his time as efficiently as possible when he's down here. So we're going to do some of the Firewall stuff now. I'll show you what I've done inside the cab. I've used alfoil to wrap the whole loom inside the cab because I was given the heads up by a good auto electrician from Gary. He said, wrap your loom. You shouldn't have any dramas because you think that one tiny little bit of spark or weld melts a wire, joins one together, arcs it out, whatever happens. You don't want it to. So what we're doing, we've wrapped the loom inside the car, pulled it away from the Firewall, so no sparks or anything. We've removed all the fluffy fucking crap that's in these things. Most of it, all the main stuff we can pull off. There's still sticky bits through it, but I'll show you what's going on. I got most of it out. I've pulled the manual pedal box out as well. If anyone wants that, let me know. I want like $300 for it. It needs a pin that I'll show you, but it needs a pin, which is like $20. So yeah, let me show you what's going on. You get the idea of what I'm doing with that loom, and see all this shit here. Like I could probably still pull some off, but I mean, it will still catch fire, okay? Without a doubt. It was still a light, but I'm just taking most of it off. All that sticky shit. I should spend time to do it probably, but we're only grinding at the moment, so, and there's not really anything in this front half that can be damaged, I guess. The engine loom is out of the way. The important side, like the fuse box and whatnot, is all out the way. This side, again, I need to wrap it quickly with the alfoil, but let's see how this goes. So I'm going to get rid of this manual one. I don't know what this one's for, but I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of it. Heater, still on the edge. I'm going to make a decision either tonight or tomorrow if I want to keep heater, and then also aircon fucks off. We've used a flappy disc on the grinder. Well, we're about to use, it's like 60 grit. It might be pretty coarse, and if that just seems to be like doing too much damage, we've got 120 or even 80. So we start with the more hectic stuff because we don't want to be sitting there for a little while. All we want to do is, obviously we're going to clean the area first, then use the disc, clean it up, and then I've got this product here. It's like a weld through primer, copper spray. Anyway, you spray it to stop things going rusty when they're left exposed into the elements. And then leave that overnight, and then we can weld through it tomorrow, which is good. So let's do it. Enough talking shit. Don't do what I do. Don't use a 60 on a grinder that has 1 speed, because you will do damage to like 1 mil thick steel. As you can see, I fucked that. So now that is another repair we have to consider. But don't do that. Yeah, learn from my mistakes. Don't do that. Fucking hell. This side came out okay. Quick once over, and then we got our little 120 just to clean up those edges. I still need to do that little bit there and through that little joint, but you get the idea. I got to figure out what this is used for. I don't know if it's a speedo cable or what it's used for, but we're probably going to get rid of it, because why not? So yeah, let's continue sanding. Informed that I'm an idiot, and what I did wrong when I was drilling the battery tray out and the charcoal canister holder. What do they call it? What drill bits?
Spot weld drill bit.
Yeah, I just fucking sent it with the step up and just went straight through the guard. I didn't realise that there were tools to do things correctly. Anyway, like I said, I'm trying to do things correctly. Doesn't always happen. But we got the welder out, because those holes are going to fuck me off now, knowing that I didn't have to drill all the way through, especially the size of my pinky with a step up. Anyway, yeah, now we're just going to start laying some booger welds, and hopefully they look okay. I'll show you what I've done. In the area, and then I've just gone around the edges and then formed some sort of thing, you call that, with this thing. And I'm just going to do, like, what, 5 or 6 more of those, grind it back, and if I need to go again, I can. But I guess it's a bit of practice for me, so I'll know for next time. Thanks for letting me know. Well, I officially have no aircon. Wow. This car was unmolested before we touched it. Now there's...
You know what I did on the orange one, which looks cool?
Tell me.
I put the fucking compliance plates within there and there. He wanted them.
Oh, instead of
having them here, that was all flat, and then I went like recessed in here.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Go on my Instagram, you see it.
Oh, that's CK Paint and Panel. Go on their Instagram.
Are you recording?
Yeah, recording.
Yeah, look. See if you can scan this. Oh, no, you're recording.
Whoa. CK's channel. Go run it up. You know, I said ideas come into my brain, and then, you know, we kind of end up like going to the next step. This car is the definition of that. So anyway, moving forward, front K-frame is out, steering rack is out. I've kept the sway bar in so we can like winch off it when we pull it on the trailer. I don't know if that's ideal, but whatever. I'm going to pull the intercooler out as well, and we've also got a Lowe's. I'll show you when it's on. We got a Lowe's like K-frame mount dolly. So that's good. Shout out to CK Racing Developments for letting me borrow that. But yeah, this is going to officially be on the floor. We're going to put the rear springs bracket back in it. It's got no brakes, it's got no steering wheel. So this car will be mobile probably by the time you see the next clip. I'm not going to update you with putting wheels on and shit, because who wants to see that? This video has gone on long enough, but I'm going to take you for the journey of what we're doing with the bay. We did start it last week. Well, we did start it Friday, yeah, last week. Got a few holes, a lot of the small stuff done, but we kind of thought, well, Chris made the executive decision that it's easier to do it in-house at CK Paint and Panel rather than in the shed of chaos. So that's exciting. It's all happening. We've been doing some panel beating on the old towers. Been doing some cutting, some welding. There's no looms. There's nothing in this car right now. There's hardly any interior. There's half a back seat. And then, yeah, just chaos going on in here. All right, let's continue working. I'm covered in crap. Wow, look at this bloody thing. She shines. Just about to go down. I'm so stoked this car presents so well, considering, like, it's original paint, all right, guys? So it's not perfect, but, like, look at that. It still shines. It's still got some clear on it. I'm stoked with this thing. I haven't washed this in, like, oh, wow, months and months and months. So I was sitting in the shed. I was going, fuck, I'd like to respray the thing considering we're doing the bay. But after looking at it, look, it's got its little cosmetic bits. That's not great. Little on the boot. It's got a few little scratches and stuff. But, guys, stoked to see it back on the ground. Well, partially on the ground. This is this Lowe's fabrication kit we're talking about. Shout out CK Racing Developments for hooking that up. And Lowe's. Wow, what a car. All right, I'm going to take some photos of this thing so I can go home and look at it. We're going to take this to the shop tomorrow. So we'll update you when we're at CK.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah, we on your
Look,